The disgraced British doctor seen enjoying an unlikely public romance with Elle Macpherson is deliriously in love and has even adopted a strict new health regime to keep up with his youthful, supermodel lover, Daily Mail. Carmen can reveal. Andrew Wakefield, 61, has lost inches off his waistline after replacing his favorite foods with nutrition-packed wellness shakes recommended by healthy eating devotee Macpherson, 54. The married father of 4 has also swapped out his dowdy wardrobe with trendy linens and slim-fit outfits to impress his globally famous girlfriend, according to close friends. DailyMail.com can also reveal that Wakefield has whisked away his new love interest on a trip to the French countryside and also enjoyed nights out in La and Austin, Texas, where his former marital home is. Neither Wakefield nor Macpherson have commented publicly since DailyMail.com revealed exclusive photos this week of the loved-up pair walking arm-in-arm and kissing at an organic food market in Miami. The pictures are said to have stunned Wakefield's estranged wife Carmen, 61, whom he allegedly left late last year just a month after they moved into a $1.4 Tuscan-style villa they had built together in Austin. DailyMail.com revealed on Tuesday that Wakefield built a new house for Carmel before dumping her a month later because he wanted to find himself. Wakefield, who was banned from practicing medicine in the UK because of unethical behavior, was first pictured beside modeling icon Macpherson at an award ceremony last November. But his business partner and fellow autism campaigner Polly Tommey insisted Wakefield's 31-year marriage was over long before his chance meeting with the body. "He's obviously a bit infatuated. He did say to me, 'Brian, how did this happen?' I laughed and said, 'I really don't how this happened. I'm just really happy for him.'" Brian Burrowes, who edited Wakefield's 2016 documentary separated from his wife a year ago, "Whatever anyone else says is false," Tommey, 51, told Daily Mail. "It's too bad, but these things happen. Why stay in a marriage when you are unhappy? Elle is such a sweetheart. She's got him on these shakes now for his lunch and dinner. He's lost weight, he's swapped his dodgy jackets for linens, he looks fitter than ever. He's portrayed as some horrible child killer, but it's bullshit. He's just a lovely guy who only wants to protect children. He deserves happiness as much as anyone. I actually think she's lucky to have him. They are really happy together. He's deliriously in love, and we are all thrilled about that." A former doctor and researcher, Wakefield became notorious for fueling the anti-vaccination movement with his widely debunked research claiming the MMR jab caused autism and bowel disease. He was banned from practicing in the UK in 2010, but relocated his family to the US when he continues to promote his controversial approach to medicine. Brian Burrowes, 48, who edited Wakefield's controversial 2016 documentary Whisked, confirmed he and Macpherson had begun dating after they were both guests at the Doctors Who Rock Awards in November last year. The black-tie gala held in Orlando, Florida, was to honor alternative medicine practitioners, with Macpherson handing out an award and Wakefield receiving one. "He sent me a photo of them together asking, 'Do you know who this is?' I said, 'Of course I do, I remember Sports Illustrated,'" Burrowes told Daily Mail. calm. I asked what was happening, and he said he was at a ceremony when she sat next to him. They hit it off, and then a while later I heard she flew to Laos, where he was living at the time. They also came to Austin together for a couple of days and he introduced her to us. They were very cool. They went for a walk and he showed her around the place. He's obviously a bit infatuated. He did say to me, "Brian, how did this happen?" I laughed and said, "I really don't how this happened. I'm just really happy for him." Wakefield and Macpherson both posted photos from the south of France from their respective Instagram accounts in late June and early July. There are no shots of them together, but the Australian has commented under several of Wakefield's photos, writing, "Love those red shutters," under an image of Henry Toulouse-Lautrec's childhood home, Chateau Boscan-Albi. Reached today by telephone, Wakefield would only say, "Yeah, no comment. Thanks very much, bye." Carmen Wakefield, who is believed to be outside the U.S. visiting her 24-year-old daughter Imogen, who studies abroad, is also yet to comment. But her brother Finbar O'Donovan told dailymail.com this week his sister was shocked by how quickly her estranged husband had moved on. O'Donovan suggested the estranged couple, who also have 3 sons named James, 29, Samuel, 27 and Corin, 21, had only confirmed they were separating in April and were yet to initiate divorce proceedings. She feels let down because it would seem that they got together soon after she and Andrew split, which was only a few months ago. "It is very soon after a marriage breakdown," he said, adding that he no longer speaks to his brother-in-law. They had to move to America, his career was in ruins here, and my sister was always one of his biggest supporters professionally. While Wakefield embarked on lecture tours of the U.S. painting himself as the victim of a global conspiracy, Carmel produced her own stream of YouTube videos highlighting problems faced by parents of autistic children. The couple's first home was a 5-bedroom, 5,000 sq ft ranch in the western Austin suburbs, worth in excess of $1. 4 meters with a pool deck, jacuzzi and waterfall overlooking a rolling hillside. They later snapped up a plot of land further along the same road and in 2015 began building a Tuscan-style, 3-bed villa with terracotta roof tiles, ornate rock gardens and a large guest house. Property websites value the 3-bedroom property at $1.4 million, but locals say it could be worth considerably more. Carmen is believed to developing at least one other local property as well as hosting a radio show playing classical music. She also works under her maiden name, O'Donovan, as a voiceover artist, describing her style as British, authoritative, educated, calm, chatty, wry. A webpage promoting her work says she specializes in pronouncing medical terminology as she is a medically qualified doctor. Share this article. Share. She can also perform a range of accents including Irish, French, Spanish, African, Oxford educated, and exotic Arabian. In his now notorious 1998 paper, Wakefield, who was born in Berkshire, England, speculated that being injected with a dead form of the measles virus via vaccination causes disruption to intestinal tissue. As a result of his dire warnings, the UK's vaccination rate fell from 92% to 84% by 2002. Recorded cases of measles also soared from 56 in 1998 to 449 in 2006. In the US, meanwhile, researchers have estimated that as many as 125,000 children born in the late 1990s were not given the MMR vaccination because of Wakefield's spurious claims. His message has also been blamed for spikes in measles rates elsewhere in the world. Wakefield's theory was found to have been based on false evidence, and it was retracted by the leading medical journal, The Lancet, in 2010. The shamed clinician was banned from practicing medicine in the UK 3 months later. However, he continues to promote his theories in the US, where admirers include President Donald Trump. Wakefield met the president along with 4 other anti-vaccine campaigners in the summer of 2016, as well as attending an inauguration ball after Trump's election victory. Macpherson is a well-known devotee of alternative medicine and has spoken about her use of acupuncture, natural remedies, and a daily alkalizing supplement she uses to combat aging made from Chinese herbs and mushrooms. The Australian beauty is currently based in Miami, having relocated from London with her sons by her ex-partner Arbit Archibus Flynn, 19, and Aurelius, 14, to live with her second husband, the billionaire real estate developer Jeffrey Soffer. They married in 2013 at the exclusive La Cala resort in Fiji, but divorced 4 years later. What is MMR, and how does the vaccine work? Measles, mumps and rubella, German measles, are highly infectious conditions that can have serious, potentially fatal complications, including meningitis, swelling of the brain, encephalitis, and deafness. They can also lead to complications in pregnancy that affect the unborn baby and can lead to miscarriage. The MMR vaccine is a safe and effective combined vaccine that protects against the separate illnesses in a single injection. The full course of MMR vaccination requires 2 doses. It contains weakened versions of live measles, mumps and rubella viruses and works by triggering the immune system to produce antibodies against them. If you or your child then comes into contact with one of the diseases, the immune system will recognize it and immediately produce the antibodies needed to fight it. Since the MMR vaccine was introduced in 1988, it's rare for children in the UK to develop these serious conditions. But outbreaks happen, and there have been cases of measles in recent years, so it's important to make sure that you and your children are up to date with the MMR vaccination. There has been some controversy about whether the MMR vaccine might cause autism following a 1998 study by Dr. Andrew Wakefield. In his paper, published in The Lancet, Dr. Wakefield claimed there is a link between the MMR vaccine and autism or bowel disease. But his work has since been completely discredited, and he has been struck off as a doctor in the UK. Subsequent studies in the last 9 years have found no link between the MMR vaccine and autism or bowel disease. Source: NHS.